Hi, folks. Welcome to my final presentation of the 12 powers. The power that I chose is will, and let's get started. The apostle is Matthew. The location is the front forebrain. The color is silver. It works with the companion powers of understanding, wisdom, and love. Paul Hesselbeck, in his Power Up book, talks about will as the ability to choose, decide, command, direct, and determine. In Linda Martella-Witset's book, Divine Audacity, she subcategorizes it as choice, commitment, and willingness. Will is called the executive power of the mind by Charles Fillmore in his book, The 12 Powers. And in the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary, it is said that under the spiritual law, the will becomes the producer instead of the parasite. When the individual will has become the disciple of the Christ, the spiritual I am, the schooling of that person can begin. The will is converted and is taught by prayer and meditation how to stabilize the universal substance. Rather than the material world substance, Matthew was a tax collector, and then he was a follower, disciple, and apostle of Jesus. So he transformed himself in that way from the material to the spiritual, and that's why that power of will is demonstrated through him, and that's why he is chosen. Okay, so I want to jump in here and talk about my choice for the power of will in this class and why. I chose to focus the power of will in the category of relationships because, of course, divine timing, right before this class began, I began a relationship with a woman. It was a bit complex, so I was really looking forward to these 12 powers helping me throughout this class and course and in my life. And so I'm less subject to doubt than I have been, but self-doubt has been this ongoing thing that I have been working with, the past 20 plus years. Yes, being prone to self-doubt, not knowing which is the best choice for me, overthinking, relying on others maybe a bit too much in that regard for making a decision. And so my own sense of leadership, my own sense of choice and willpower for me based on what I would love is something that's been just so important to me. And through Unity, learning about the Christ consciousness and how that is being made more and more accessible and relatable in a way that can be understood and utilized via these tools, right? It was like this big aha. And so that's what I'm developing. So in the relationships, the most concrete demonstration throughout this course is in the power of choice. Also willingness. Willingness in Linda Martella-Witset's book, we talk about willingness as the willingness to stay on a path, the willingness to allow that spiritual force to work through you. So in one regard to staying on a spiritual path, sure, and I'm doing that as well. But in this, it's the willingness to stay in this, to see where this can go, where this relationship can go. Because this woman was just coming out of a divorce, so that was a whole other thing. And my choice was to not get involved too seriously, until after that was processed. So that we dated openly throughout this course. We explored what relationships mean to us. What does an open relationship mean to us? What does dating mean? What does monogamy mean? The entire gambit of defining and boundaries and from an adult perspective what that's like, and then experiencing some of that throughout the 9 weeks. I made decision after decision after decision and choice on what I wanted, what I felt comfortable with, what my boundaries were. And it gradually filtered more and more and distilled more and more into that I wanted, that what I was comfortable with and what I would be okay with is a monogamous, exclusive, committed relationship, so that it could really go deep and have a great breadth of substance and purpose to it. That's how I wanted to operate. And right before the end of this last class, the divorce was finalized, and we again had, this is very concise explanation here, but we had many hours of dialogue and conversation about what we should do or what we wanted to do, and it was clear what we wanted to do. So now we are in a committed monogamous relationship. So that is my demonstration of willingness, choice, and also commitment to this woman because she's amazing and she's worth it. Demonstrated through the power of will as it pertains to relationships. That was my choice in this class. This is very concise. I only have 5 minutes. I'm already over time. But that is my brief final presentation. And thank you for your attention and the opportunity to share this with you. Maybe I'll get a chance to talk about it some more. I don't know. But thank you so much. Love to you all, and be well.